First half was embarrassing. No excuses. We simply have got to come out better, and it was ugly, and we all own it.
Yeah, I guess just to start there, I mean, how much of it was, in retrospect?
No excuses.
I know no excuses, but
Okay,
it's
then.
an explanation.
Okay.
Do you feel like it was a sense of it's their first playoff game and everybody was sort of deer in the headlights? I mean, is that what you saw looking out there?
I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses. If they looked like the experienced team, and we looked inexperienced, and so that led to a lot of the problems early. And so, playoffs are you can talk about how different it is, but actually experiencing it is another thing. And so, and this is a great building. They got great fans. They understood what this game meant, and so give them credit for how they played in the first half. But we were very poor, and obviously got to be way better.
You mentioned at one point during the regular season trying to make sure one or both of Ty and Pascal are on the floor at all times. Was that the plan again today, and how flexible or rigid do you have to be with rotations in a playoff setting?
I mean, that's kind of a narrative. The truth is our second unit without Pascal has been very good during the regular season, so it's going to have to be a feel thing.
But go ahead. Anything you can take? You held Lillard scoreless after halftime anyway. Anything you can take out of the way y'all were able to kind of defend him moving forward?
I mean, the first half was so bad. It's just I'm not into moral victories at this point. We've just got to be a hell of a lot better for 48 minutes and not just 24. And we got 2 days to get it right.
On the flip side of that, with Dame in the first half, what allowed him to get so free, and what will it take to not let that happen in the next game?
He's a great player. We had some confusion, some mix-ups, and he's an experienced playoff sniper, and he did what he does. And 35 in one half is, it's a great effort by him, but we're going to have to be much better.
Coach, I think Tyrese took only 7 shots tonight. Obviously, the Bucks, they probably want to take the ball out of his hands, but are there ways to be more effective or more aggressive, even when the ball is coming out of his hands for Tyrese?
Ain't about Tyrese's scoring. It's about our team's scoring and our team's defense and how we all fit together. In a playoff series, you can make it very, very difficult for one guy to touch the ball. So in those instances, and by the way, I preface, the whole question by saying that if our attitude and intensity is where it needs to be defensively, I don't know what the loose ball count was, but it had to be horribly atrocious in their favor. You do those things, offense looks a hell of a lot different. So I'm not going to make it about anybody's number of shots or whether anybody's making shots or not making shots. Competitively, we've got to step it up to a much higher level.
8 of 39 from 3. Was the problem with shot selection, or did you like the shots y'all were getting that just weren't falling, or what was
I got to look at it. A lot of them are ones we like. Look, that's a process thing, and this is not going to be. This is not about missed shots. This is about an attitude and a disposition that just simply wasn't there. So we'll look at it. We'll analyze it. Try not to overanalyze it, and come back on Tuesday better prepared.
Pascal obviously goes for 36. I mean, did you see, I guess, the experience in him that you weren't necessarily seeing in everybody else?
Pascal's a great player. That's why we traded for him. We've just got to make sure that, we're doing the things that our team needs to do to create a balance as well as we can. All year we've been a team that relies on, anywhere from 5 to 8 guys in double figures. Granted, the playoffs are different, but, we needed his scoring desperately tonight because we were having trouble getting anything else going. But, being better defensively, having a stronger posture and a stronger presence is part and parcel to us creating the balance we need offensively.
Myles, we're called the first half embarrassing. What was your diagnosis of what was going wrong for you guys early in this game?
From a player's perspective, it's one thing from a coach's. From a player's perspective, I think that we got jumped into the playoffs. We have a young group that really hasn't experienced, this level. But, a lot of this on our leaders, the guys who have been here before. When you're on the playoffs on the road, you have to come out with certain intensity, and a certain attention to detail. And that lacked a little bit in that first half. But I'm still very confident, with our group, soldiers that we have on our side. It's not a series, so the road team wins. So, we drop one, but we're still very confident in our abilities.
In that way, do you feel like the second half progress, getting a game of experience will be meaningful for you guys?
I think everything happened exactly how it was supposed to in that second half. I think that we've realized that, when we actually do lock in the detail, we can make this a game, we can make this a series, and it's our job to go out there as next game and to prove just that.
I guess to go back to the first answer, as one of the leaders, is there a point where you look around and say, this is that moment, everybody's figuring out what this is like, and what's it like to try to sort of change the direction and the trajectory of that?
Yeah, and I say that all to say, we're not making any excuses for ourselves whatsoever. I think that more than anything, like I said, it did need to happen. It did need to be like a little, you got punched first, a little smack across the face. Like, all right, come on, we're here now. We're in this moment now, as opposed to, waiting a week for the moment to get here. So, I think that experience, we know was good. But now, like I said, it is no excuses. This time of the year, you can't, hang your hat on, stuff like that.
Myles, is there anything towards game 2 in terms of how to approach the beginning of the game? It seemed like the first half you guys were kind of timid, but like going into game 2, how can you guys combat that?
Again, I think that the way that this it happened tonight, us getting kind of jumped into it like this, I don't, foresee that happening, in the future. But like I said, that's on us, to make that a thing. I think that defensively, we have to go out there and continue to kind of disrupt, some of their better players. And then offensively, I think that, if you look at most of our shots, they were long, they were on the other side of the rim. I think a lot of it was just those first pregame jitters and whatnot. I'd rather those shots than air balls or, anything short. So I think that I saw a lot of encouraging signs tonight, but it's just about going out there and executing now.
7 shots for Tyrese. It only happened in 4 times this regular season, that number or fewer. I know they're forcing him left and sending him a lot of pressure, but what can you guys do to help him get where he gets to?
We missed him. We missed him a couple times tonight. We just we talked about that even afterwards. The 3 leaders got together, me and Pascal, and talked about ways to get him going. And Tyrese knows it's not going to be easy for him to get shots off. He is the main focal point, and no matter what we do in this series or in this playoffs in general, that's going to be the case. So it's about getting him in his spots and putting him in positions to make plays, which he's been doing all season.
Yeah. Just how much it seemed like the fact that the outside shots weren't going in made it a lot harder to drive and the loading a lot. Is that, I think, just one lead to the other makes it really hard to get.
Yeah, I don't think we stuck to our formula as good as we could have. I think that we did shoot a lot of outside shots, but they were, in my opinion, they were good shots, all around. You just it's a make or miss league at times. But we're one of the better teams at putting points in the paint, and I think we got to do that has to be more of an emphasis for us going forward. And just shaking this off, man. I think it's just we have another game Tuesday, and this stuff rolls fast.
The leaders sort of got together. Just can you take us into that? What were the big topics you guys discussed?
I'm not going to go into that, but we're very cognizant of what happened tonight, and we'll discuss more going forward.
Pascal, obviously, was thrilled with the first half and how the things went. What did you see go wrong there, and did you see that as kind of the case of a young team getting its first taste?
Nah, they made shots early. I thought maybe we just didn't have the intensity that we were supposed to have, but they made some tough shots. Like there was a lot of just tough shots, buckets after buckets, and offense we we weren't us, like in terms of just like staying composed, like when that was going on, and still do what we do. So yeah, that's on us. Like they and kudos to them. They came out at home and they had a really good first half, and we didn't. So that's that. We got to move on from it. I think learn from it. I thought the second half, like, we played a lot better in terms of just like being more aggressive and doing what we know we can do. So yeah, like obviously we wanted to start a different way, but like shout out to them. Like they came out ready and they made some big shots.
You talked to Zeke about not letting the team get too high and too low at moments in a series. After a game like that, what do you do or say or feel to keep
I mean, what they did 3 seeds, we did 6 seeds, and they at home. And they won for game 1, so that's what it's about. They won game 1. We got to move on, go back, learn from it, watch film, adjust, and come back and give, like, lay it all out on the floor. So yeah, like, I mean, and at the end of the day, like, no matter what the score was, like, it's still one game, first to 4.
You guys started, I think, 0 of 14 from 3, and it looked like there was a lot of good looks in there. I guess, how did that make everything else harder to do? It seems like they were able to load up a lot.
No, I thought we had really good shots, like, and I know that we're gonna make those shots, like it's just if we keep creating good open shots, we have to take them. But also I think that the ball moved a lot better in the second half, and it's not just about like taking the open shots. It's just about like continue to work the game, and I thought maybe we rushed it a little bit in the first half. Just it's like, okay, you open, you just want to shoot it. But I think continue to work the game, like keep moving it. First side, second side, third side. I was just gotta keep playing, and again, I think we're gonna knock those shots down, and that's it's a make 'em miss league. Today we didn't make them. I'm sure we'll make them next time.
When I talked with Lloyd at halftime, he acknowledged that he thought there were jitters from some players in the first half. Did you feel that as well? And can just one game of experience help that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say jitters or whatever, but again, we didn't make some great decisions, and they had runs, like and when a team like that has runs, like we have to be able to not let it be like like it was down with 30. We can't let that happen, So we understand they're gonna make runs. We got to be able to just stay composed and fight back, And I thought in the first half they just kind of did whatever they wanted, and I think they came out and they sent the message like like they were supposed to do, and it's on us now to respond.
It seems like from the jump you were aggressive all night. How important is that for a team that's kind of young, inexperienced, to see you be that aggressive and attack those gaps in that defense just to keep going?
Yeah, no, I just gotta again like within our offense just do what I feel like I can do. Like I don't feel the need to force anything. I don't feel none of that. Like I just think that again like taking whatever the defense give us, and I think even for myself, just again continue to just work within our offense and use our strength, which I think for us is just moving and cutting and doing all those things. And I didn't think we did that well in the first half. I thought we did a lot better in the second half. But yeah, it's going to take all of us. I understand that, and I think for me, just again, continue to be aggressive. Just be me out there, and finding more opportunities to just go downhill, and yeah, it's just doing that.
You and Ty in the second half, you guys were obviously more aggressive as a duo. Is that pairing still filling each other out, or how would you describe how you and Ty right now?
Yeah, no, I thought again, Ty's played the right way. Like they put a lot on attention on him, and it's a lot on him to every position down the floor. It feels like he's doubled and stuff. So he's gonna find his way, and I think for me it's just like trying to find ways to get him open. Get him a couple of open shots. Like we got to do better at that. But again, like they're sending everything at him. So I think that it's just a matter of just continue to play, and yeah, as the series goes, we're gonna get better.
Acknowledging that both are important in your eyes, are schematic adjustments or mental adjustments more important for the second game?
I think it's both. I think obviously we see what was thrown at us, and we go and learn from it in terms of just like rotations and different things like that. But also, mentally, it's just like they played harder than us in the first half. So like, and I think it was clear as day when we came back in the second half. I thought it was a lot better. We still made some mistakes, but I just think that like our energy and our effort was a lot better. Which that's a standard. That's what it's got to be like, and even more.
First half embarrassing. I mean, what did you feel like went so wrong for you guys in those moments?
I mean, Dave made a lot of shots. We had, he was a great player, had a great first half. We just didn't do enough offensively, didn't run enough. I thought we did a bad job of, getting the paint, getting the ball moving. I feel like we were, one action team in the first half offensively. Defensively, just didn't get any stops, so that's why the first half was so bad.
7 shot attempts for you in this game, but they're sending a lot at you. How can you be as effective as you can in a setting like that when they're defending you that way?
Yeah, I shall be better, and I will be on Tuesday.
Did you see, I guess, just a lot of first playoff game nerves in the first half? I mean, especially in terms of shooting the basketball, you guys against the collective.
I mean, it's easy to just say you miss shots. Now we're nervous or whatever y'all gonna run with doesn't matter. I feel like we missed shots. At the end of the day, the ball wasn't hopping, and they made shots in the first half, and that kind of dug us a hole. We had to figure out how we're gonna dig ourselves out. I think we won the third by 15. We just gotta be better in the first half, and things will be better for us. But the ball's got to pop offensively, and then defensively, just gotta get enough stops so we can run. It felt like we did a bad job. They controlled the pace all night, and that hasn't been the story when we played these guys. So kudos to them, but we'll be ready to go on Tuesday.
Did I guess the shots that weren't going in, did that make it harder to drive? I mean, it certainly seemed like they were able to kind of wall up and load up. Did the fact that outside shots weren't going in allow them to pack the paint and make it harder to drive?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the shots were fun. I feel like we got a lot of good looks. I mean, again, I gotta go back and watch the film. It's hard for me to judge off of not being able to see anything, but I feel like we got a lot of good looks. They just didn't fall. So, I'm confident that they'll fall on Tuesday.
Ty, with this just being a lot of you guys' first playoff game, what's the big thing that you guys maybe learn that isn't necessarily game specific?
I don't know if there's anything specific. I just think that they had a big first half. They made a ton of shots. We just got to do a better job of coming together, rallying together, and stopping it before it can get too ugly. Like it got ugly there before halftime. Then we had to, dug ourselves really deep hole that we had to figure it out. So I don't know if there's anything necessarily that, I've learned. It's just basketball at the end of the day. So just got to be better on Tuesday.
You said the ball wasn't popping there early on. Why wasn't it? What was kind of holding it back?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I got to go back and watch it, but I felt like we were just a one-action team in the first half. The ball wasn't moving. I felt like in the second half we got really whatever shot we wanted to the majority of the time, driving, drawing two. With Brooke guarding Pascal, by nature he's a rim protector, so he's coming in when we drive and stuff, and we're getting open shots. So, I have no doubt that they'll go in on Tuesday. I have the most faith in that.
Pascal obviously has 36. Just how important was he just to keep you guys in it? Just the shots he was able to make through tuition?
Yeah, he was good. He was good. Steady for us, steady presence. He's been really good in the half court for us all year. But as a group, we just got to be better around him, make enough shots that it can open even more up for him. But they were able to kind of really pack in when he had the ball, just because guys were making shots. So we got to be better on Tuesday.
Something about with Dame just being hot. Did you think your coverage on him wasn't good enough early? What you guys were doing against him? Why do you think he started so well?
I mean, he just made it. The guy was making some crazy shots. He's a hell of a player. But yeah, there's definitely some stuff we could do better, and I thought we did do it better in the second half. So we just gotta keep building off that. Understand that there's another big game on Tuesday that we gotta be ready for, and he's a great player. Made a lot of crazy shots, but that's what he does. That's what he's been known for. He's been doing this league for a long time. So we should be ready to go on Tuesday.
All good? Thank you.
He's got to play a little more effort, be a little more offensively out the gate. Can't let a player that can open be easy and going like that. So we fixed it in the second half. We just got to start that way.
It felt like the ball movement, it wasn't popping as much as we saw during the regular season. Is there anything to that you guys can tweak, heading into game two?
No, that's just on us. We got to play our game, play at our pace. That's something that we dictate, and that's something that we will do.
Did you see, nerves, in the first half? Obviously for you guys as a team, this is the first time in a while. It's the first time you guys as a group together doing this. I mean, did you get the sense of there was a little bit of a, bright lights moment there to start?
I mean, I think we just need to be better as a whole. You can say that, but I think as a unit we were ready to play. We were amped up, we were excited. They just came out, hit some tough shots, and we're going to fix it and be better.
How does a game like this sit with you, Aaron, when you guys are down 30 in the first half but find some successes in the second half? Do you take anything positive away, or is it just about what went wrong in the first couple halves?
Like you said, like, when we put together a full 48-minute game, we would have been on the other side of the scoreboard. So just take the positives from that second half and make sure we can do it for 48 minutes.
Is there a particular thing you looked at in the second half? It's like, okay, that's what we got to do.
Played our game, played our brand of basketball. Pace, pushing, lots of on the defensive end. We just got to do it for 48 minutes.
You mentioned the movement, I guess, was a big part of it. When open shots don't go down, they're able to clog the paint and makes it harder to move. I mean, do you think that, that's what led to the issues?
You could say that. It could be part of it. But, we beat them earlier this year and didn't shoot the ball well either. So, there are things we can do better, and, we'll fix it.
Those 3-point shots today just weren't falling. Were they good looks? I mean, is it just a rough night out there?
Yeah, I thought we created some good looks. We had good, good opportunities to make some shots. Just didn't fall, didn't go our way today.
Can you take any confidence from any of the stuff you were able to do in the second half on both ends?
Yeah, we did good stuff in the second half, offensively and defensively. We'll look at it and we'll take what we did well and, hopefully execute it for 48 minutes.
Well, just Pascal, obviously, it comes out with a big start for you guys. How helpful was it to see, that's what that guy can do? We've obviously seen it throughout the year, but him bringing it to the playoffs, and that gives you a guy that you can kind of rely on.
I mean, he's one of our best players. We need him to play at the level that he's capable of playing at every single night. So as long as he continues to do that, he had a great game today. The rest of us, we got to pick it up and, help make his life easier.
He's got so much playoff experience. I mean, what's he just been like in this locker room, telling a lot of the younger guys who have never experienced this?
He's been a great leader. He's definitely used his voice to help us and help prepare us. Even at halftime, post-game, he had a couple words to say. So, it's been huge.
Which has made Dame and Chris tough covers, each of them. I know you had to deal with both of them, mostly Chris, but what made them as good as they were tonight?
They just, they played their game. We just got to take them out of rhythm.
Appreciate you.